Welcome to the Quantum Legacy series, where we revisit the original shortwave radio broadcasts of Dr. Robert Marshall, founder of Quantum Nutrition Labs. These episodes are a window into the early days of clean, quantum state nutrition, a philosophy that still drives everything we do at QNL today. Please note, this is archival content. Any product mentions, pricing, or special offers discussed may no longer be valid. Let's dive into this timeless broadcast and explore the legacy that helped shape the future of natural health.
The following program has been pre-recorded.
Dr. Marshall's comments have not been evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Welcome to Healthline Now, hosted by world-renowned clinical nutritionist Dr. Robert Marshall, PhD, of Quantum Nutrition Labs. He believed that the secrets of optimal health lie not within costly techniques, but in the body's own theorized energy field. Using these concepts, Dr. Marshall touched the lives of countless people throughout the globe with this effective and insightful nutritional system, a methodology he coined as the quantum nutrition effect. Don't miss this nutritional legend whose insightful ideas revolutionized natural health care. To speak with an experienced representative regarding your own health concerns, please call Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and weekends, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We hope you and your loved ones can experience the quantum nutrition effect. Please join us for Healthline Now with Dr. Marshall.
Welcome to Healthline Live. This is your opportunity to get your nutrition and health-related questions answered with the latest discoveries of the 21st century. And believe me, in the last 10, 20 years, knowledge of how to care and fuel this body is exploding. And I think it can make such a huge difference in quality of life and length of life. So stay tuned. And today we're going to talk a little bit about immune health. And this is really a big deal, and most people are not aware of some of the armamentarium that's available these days. One of the big players on the block that has not been available before is something called nucleotides. And these are the actual building blocks of the cell, and it takes a staggering 6 billion B to build one cell. So once we've had a blow, an injury, a trauma, a surgery, or even a cold or flu or anything that would damage the tissue, we're calling upon our supply of nucleotides. Well, if you've got them, great. If you don't, you just have to wait for the body to make enough. And when this comes to building new tissue, it can really be a problem. Let's say you had a surgery and the body's going to pack whatever it's got on hand into that cut or wound or injury. But if you've got those nucleotides, whoa, this can mean helping the body deliver or promote the best possible recovery and function for your body. You know, nucleotides have been around quite a while in Europe. They're sold under the name Onset because they view them as so important to promote best health if you're struggling with any kind of immune issue. And of course, in addition to nucleotides, colostrum is another key player that can act like a stand-in immune system, especially in your intestines because it has human active, preformed immunoglobulins. And of course, this is completely different than nucleotides and what it's able to do. And of course, the needs of the thymus for nucleotides can easily be satisfied there, but you can reduce this white cell demand during all of this by jumping on a little bit of colostrum. A really great thing to do. But you know, one of the big missing links, we don't usually have normal levels of vitamin D3. And in the last 5-6 years, D3 has been shown to be a critical player in the formation of literally all 200 plus immune compounds that the body makes. Wow. So this is a really key player. So we produce a product called D3 Gold, and it's really good to use probably about 6 drops of this. And if you're under 40, you can just take the drops straight, preferably at your main meal, so there's plenty of protein. And that's the escort for the fat of the D3. And if you're 40 or over, then you really should consider putting the D3 in maybe a half ounce of water and adding 3-4 drops of an organic limonene. That's essential oil of orange. Stir it up good. You'll see that the limonene is an emulsifier. And quickly, the big droplets of the D3 become tiny, tiny. So now, regardless of how your gallbladder is performing, your body is going to absorb this D3 just beautifully. So these are, to me, the ABCs that everybody ought to have around so that when you need them, you got them. But D3 is one you want to use day in and day out so you don't challenge your immune system with deficiency. So by all means, give a buzz to our order line, 800-370-3447, 800-370-3447. Then you visit us online, qnlabs.com. All right, this is Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD. This is Healthline Live. We're going to go to the phones now. Let's go to Rick in San Jose, California, and he's got some bad dandruff, rash on his chest and armpits, and the doctor said it's a yeast buildup. They're probably right. Are you there, Rick?
Yes, I am.
How old a man are you, and how much do you weigh?
I'm 69, weigh 200 pounds.
Okay, well, the first thing you want to know is that everybody has dandruff, but when there's excess sugar going to the scalp, it intensifies the production of something called sebum. The sebum is like a glue, and it starts sticking the dandruff that everybody has together so it becomes visible. But otherwise, I'm having dandruff, but you can't see it. It's microscopic in size, okay? So the first thing we have to do is tell you you're getting way too much sugar, okay? And so this, of course, is the result of not getting enough starch. When we crave sugar, we may have depleted our B vitamins, so we can't metabolize starch, and or we don't have starch. So the very simple thing is for you to get a copy of the Biofield Diet and the resource list and shift gears and lay off meat, fish, poultry, eggs, and dairy products for 90 days. And after the 90 days, then you'll have occasionally the foods that are listed there, but the ones that it said you can have occasionally, you don't eat for the first 90 days. Now, what this is going to do for you at your age, it's going to give you 30 more good years, buddy, if you're smart. Now, if you're a dumbbell, you won't follow this, it'll kill you. The American food will kill you. So I'm hoping you're smart, and I can tell you the yeast buildup is also failure of your digestion, but that's classic thing that's happening in America. I'll show you how to fix that in a minute. And then I'd get some B vitamins like Max Stress B, and I'd take maybe a couple of teaspoons a day to promote your best starch metabolism and help kibosh any sugar craving. Okay, now the next thing we've got to do for you desperately is that you're not to eat another cooked food meal without taking digestive enzymes like Quantum Digest. And you need at least 2 of these at the start of the meal, the end of the meal. You want about 6 betaine hydrochloride. And now you're digesting more like you did in your 20s. You'll be lighter, you'll be stronger, you'll need less sleep. You'll see your ideal weight just comes on like a banshee, and you're going to feel more like you felt at 49 instead of 69. Now, sometimes the HCl will burn. If it does, you drink a bunch of water, it'll go away, but that's a warning. We've got a scar on the center line of the body. Until you can get it mud packed, you'll get something called stomach support, and you'll have to take 3 capsules at your body size, empty them in a cup, fill the cup with water to high boil, stir it up, steep it, 10 minutes, drink it before you eat. Now the HCl will totally agree with you. And now You're digesting well, so this yeast problem is history, and you're now switching the way you're eating, so the craving goes away, and of course the dandruff is a minor side effect. It'll be gone. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right, buddy, just give a buzz to the order line. They'll help you. You got that number?
No, I don't. What is that?
800
Okay.
370 3447. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome by now. All right, this is Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD. This is Healthline Live, and we're answering your nutrition and health-related questions. Let's talk a little bit more about some great things that you can have in your home for your medicine chest. And, there's more immune support that you can do. Our immune support, we used to call it infectostatin. This is olive leaf extract, and it's unique in the plant kingdom in that it sort of interferes with the ability of attackers to reproduce. So it's quite a nice little player on the block. It may be slow, but it can be very helpful. And when you have no idea what to do, this might be something good to use. And at the first sign of any issue that you are immune challenged, this is when you want to really bring in the support. And if the issue is your mouth, your head, your sinus, your throat, you may want to consider oregano oil. And this is a bit of a spicy oil that's been used for hundreds of years to promote healthy immune response. And you can gargle with this, and anyone who's sensitive to that spicy taste, you can just take 3 or 4 drops of the oregano oil and 3 or 4 drops of our organic limonene and mix them together. And as you mix them together, you'll see that the big droplets of the oregano oil become tiny, tiny. Once that happens, then you can gargle, and the fire from the oregano oil is gone. So this is a wonderful, wonderful thing you can use, and it's one of my favorites. It's something you can carry with you. So when first sign of something, you can take action and instead of letting something get a death grip, this is a smart thing to carry with you. It's a very little glass jar, so it's easy to put in your travel kit and take along with you. Right along with vitamin C. Vitamin C is something we really need every day. It's water-soluble. But what is real vitamin C? Well, I guess the FDA would say it's ascorbic acid. And I guess I would say that if you take ascorbic acid in seconds, not even minutes, it's oxidized to a pro-oxidant, a free radical known as dihydroascorbate, unless it has the escort that was designed in food, and that is hundreds of bioflavonoids, to quickly reduce it or bring it back to its active vitamin C form. And that's what I would call real vitamin C. And that's our quantum vitamin C, and it's a really reasonable thing to have around. And, whether it's winter or summer, sometimes you just run out of fruit, sometimes you don't have time, sometimes you don't even feel like it. So this is the way to make sure that your body has the antioxidant and the immune and the connective tissue support from real vitamin C, so you can have the best possible health. And then finally, our CoQ10 to promote cellular energy, and this is really critical for people that are over 40 and can be a really big help. So just give a buzz to the order line, 800-370-3447. 800-370-3447. And you can visit us online, qnlabs.com. All right, let's go right back to the phones. Let's go to Beth in New Jersey, and her baby's got a little immune issue on the skin with some firm round bumps and all. Are you there, Beth?
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Good. And how old is your baby?
She is 15 months old.
And is she being breastfed?
Yeah. I mean, not completely, but she is being breastfed
Okay,
as well.
Well, how long was she completely breastfed?
The first much till she was 5 months.
5 months.
And then she
Okay.
started food.
Just so you know, the minimum is 12 months. The ideal thing is 18 to 24 months. So by the introduction of food, of course, her digestive tract is not ready. So all manner of weird things can happen. So what you have to do now is damage control. So number one, other than your breast milk, she shouldn't be getting any meat, fish, poultry, eggs, or dairy products. Okay? That would be number one. Number two, you've got to check to be sure you're getting enough salt, so she's getting enough salt, so she can make enough hydrochloric acid at her stomach to be able to kill any of the bugs that are in the body. Okay? And whenever we see a skin problem, you always want to think of the intestine. Something's wrong in the intestine. So whatever you're feeding her, you want to make sure that none of the foods contain added oil. Okay? So you're going to squeeze out maybe 1 capsule of DHA 200 into her food, and that's going to be her oil. But our goal is, of course, to eliminate anything that she can't digest that might take down the immune system. Okay? So what else can you do? You can beef up your milk density by going on the nutritional yeast flakes. These are 50% protein. They taste really good. And if you'll take 2 to 4 tablespoons of that a day, your milk will become super milk. Okay? And so that's the way we want to try to feed the heck out of her right now rather than regular food. Okay? So do you understand?
How long do you do this for?
Well, you have to do it till the intestine is ready for whole food, roughly around 18 months.
Well, she's my third kid that has it.
Okay.
I have nephews, and they all got it.
Yep.
It's all because the digestion is not prepared.
Correcto.
Okay.
They all did not get a full-term breastfeeding, I suspect.
Right.
Yeah,
That is
that's
true.
why you got. It's a very common problem. Okay.
The thing is that they get big enough. They want food. They see it. They want it.
Yeah, I understand, but Mom, you're in charge. And
hear.
you can give them all the food they want as long as it's food that does not contain refined oil or meat, fish, poultry, eggs, or dairy products. Okay, and so if you get a copy of the Biofield diet, you can see substitute foods that taste really great, that they'll love, that don't have any of that crap oil added to it.
Okay.
And watch the skin. Just watch what happens. It's just like miracle. Okay?
Really? Because it used to be, like my mother never breastfed. The reason is breastfed. My mother didn't breastfeed any of her children, and there was no molluscum.
Yeah, you know why, don't you? Because the food is so much better back then than now. The food now is loaded with persistent organic pollutants. They get a great name. They call it POPs.
Right, yeah, I read about that.
And so you're not on the same playing field, okay?
I was wondering, does it have anything to do with measles? Because she just broke out now with measles. She actually is getting over measles.
It could, but you have to remember that her immune system, okay, I guess we should just take a minute and explain to you what the problem is. See, the real problem is that the food she's eating, her immune system is trying to stop from entry into the body. It sees it as alien food, and it sees it as a toxin. And as a result, the body is fighting like heck. Now, any other little thing that comes along can nail her. That's the problem. So whatever else is around, she's going to get until you give her food that can make her strong. Okay? Take care.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, you guys, we're going to take a quick little break here, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Healthline Live. I'm Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD, and we're here to answer your nutrition and health-related calls. So let's go right back to the phones now. Let's go to Anna in Modesto, California, and her dad is concerned. He's got some issues with his gallbladder, and wants to know what else can be done for it. Are you there, Anna?
Yes. Hello, Dr.
Hi.
Marshall.
And how old's your dad, and how much does he weigh?
He's 87 and 130.
Okay, well, see, unfortunately, issues with the gallbladder are an epidemic in America, and they usually start around age 40. And so by the time you're age 80, you've often lost your gallbladder, and it may be that you've precipitated a lot of cholesterol, so you got a lot of junk in the bile veins and in the gallbladder itself. So, he doesn't have one little thing blocking. He's got an array of stuff blocking it. So what he would need to do if he really wants to do this is, number one, get on something called gallbladder PG, about 2 teaspoons per day, and use this for about 4 months. And it's best to take it after breakfast. That's step one. Step two would be for him, and if he really would like longer, better quality of life, go on the biofield diet. This is a diet. He's doing that. I would strictly restrict refined oil for at least 90 to 120 days, and then he can relax it a little bit usually. And then he can also use something called gallbladder support. Now, gallbladder support is different than gallbladder PG. The gallbladder PG is designed to promote a softening of any debris that's in the bile veins or in the gallbladder, and gallbladder support is designed to promote a healthy dilation of the common bile duct so you can blow out whatever's in there. And for him, maybe about 3 per meal. And if he does these things, he can give himself a new lease on life, and he can probably give himself another 20 good years, even better than he's got right now. Okay?
All righty. Thanks a lot. God bless you. Thanks for all your help.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right, this is Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD. This is Healthline Live, and today we've been talking about immune health, and, we talked a little bit about nucleotides, but boy, these are a really great player to promote a good supply of nucleotides, which you could use prior to surgery or trauma if you know you're going to have it, and following the surgery or injury or whatever you've got, using maybe 4 to 6 every 4 hours can make a huge difference. And to me, this is one of the developments of the 21st century that helps us with understanding RNA and DNA, and it's a practical thing you can do so you can improve and promote your best quality of life. That's the real trick here that we're looking to do. So that's nucleotides, and don't miss colostrum, the stand-in immune system, D3, the player that helps all the immune compounds, promotes them all, limonene, a great emulsifier for our oregano oil and also for the D3 gold, immune support, which is like your basic player on the block, oregano oil for the upper, the throat, sinus, right in that area, quantum vitamin C is not just ascorbic acid, but it's also got the bioflavonoids that regenerate the ascorbic acid when it's been used and turned to a free radical dihydroascorbate. Just call the order line 800-370-3447. 800-370-3447. All right, let's go right back to the phones. Let's go right to Ina in Southern California, and she's got a question about her daughter's wisdom teeth. All right. Are you there, Ina?
Yes.
How old is your daughter, and how much does she weigh?
She's 33 and 130 pounds.
Okay. And what's going on with her wisdom teeth?
The dentist wants to remove all of her wisdom teeth.
Okay, why is that? Are they not?
She says she has, I think it's a soft. She said it's soft and she gets...
easily decay?
Yes.
Okay, well, but that's not a reason to remove them because that gives you a lot of biting surface. My opinion is you always want to keep every tooth you got in your mouth. What I would do, of course, is to make sure that she brushes and flosses and you monitor that tooth to make sure, and if it does decay, you can use the low-fusing ceramic materials, which are stronger than your original tooth, once it's laser bonded in there, and then you keep all that biting surface. You see, the upper teeth of your mouth are used by the body to respirate the base of the brain. So you don't want to lose a tooth unless it's in sideways or infected or something's really bad about it. Okay, then get it the heck out of there. But otherwise, you want to keep everything the greatest one gave you.
Yeah.
Okay?
And she's wearing night guard sometimes. So is it anything she can take so she doesn't have to, because she's grinding her teeth at night?
Well, most of the time when you're grinding teeth, you're in bone loss. So you need to check her first morning urine pH, and it should be in the green zone, 6.4 to 7.0. Now, if she consumes a lot of dairy products or meat, fish, poultry, eggs, it may be very difficult to have this pH where it belongs. And when it's not there, then it's very common that we will grind our teeth. So I would keep the bite guard until you can see a first morning urine pH that holds for a good 2, 3, 4 weeks straight. Then you know that she probably won't need the bite guard. Okay?
Okay, and I have other question. I have twins. One twin has a acne problem, and other twins has a stomach. Whatever she eats hot food, spicy food, her stomach hurts.
Okay, well, hot spicy food for certain body types, the Ayurvedic body types like Pitta, are hard for them to handle. So I wouldn't be too upset about that. The acne, of course, we know from the 1950s, from the work done by the Pasteur Institute in France, that these are the acne is the result of disordered bacterial ecology of the gut, and it's very hard to fix it. But if she is steadfast, she can get on something like garlicidin to break the tough little biofilms that are in them. How much does she weigh and how old is she?
She's 31 and 150 pounds.
Okay. So what you would want to do here is have about 2 to 3 garlicidin per meal, and that will help to break any of these biofilms that are in the gut. And then you'd want her to have some kind of a good probiotic to take. In this case, you would want to, like you get our probiotic, it's in a locust bean capsule. So all you have to do is swallow it, and that will target the large intestine, and that's where you want to target. And over a period of a year or two, you'll see that the gut change can have a profound effect on getting rid of the acne. Okay?
Okay. I ordered it already, so yeah. Okay.
Okay, very good.
You.
Take care.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye now.
Okay.
All right, this is Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD. This is Healthline Live. Let's go right back to the phones. Let's go to Wiley in Colorado, and he's got some dizziness. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
And how old a man are you, and how much do you weigh?
69 and 195.
And when did the dizziness begin? Did you have a blow or anything to your head?
Yeah, I did about 3 or 4 years ago on the job. But however, it has subsided. I went to the doctor. They told me I had vertigo.
Yep.
And it has subsided. I hadn't been dizzy for about a year or so. And but I woke up this morning. I mean, my head was swimming.
Now you sound like you're a little congested. Are you congested, Wiley?
No, not really.
Huh? Do you consume any dairy products?
Yeah, I do.
I think you're going to have to go off them for a little while. I'm hearing the mucus in your voice, and I think it may be jamming your sinuses and your ears. And if you do that, you're going to get dizziness without a blow to your head. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So if I were you, I would not have any dairy products for about 10 to 14 days, I think you're going to be all cleared up. Now, it's possible you got a dead tooth or you've got a gum infection or you got something going in your mouth. You're at that age. It's also very likely you can't digest your food. So at your age, you really ought to get on digestive enzymes like Quantum Digest and taking... Good.
I'm on that product.
Good. Very good. All right. And you still have the mucus, then I'm more and more confident we need a 10-day to 2-week holiday from dairy. Okay?
Okay.
And I don't think dairy is good for you or maybe even your family. Are you African American, Wiley?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. No African American can digest lactose. So you have to get cheese that's aged more than 9 to 12 months. You should just use it as a condiment, not as a main food. You cannot eat a pizza because it's a crappy overnight cheese loaded with lactose. The digest will help you to break this down, but you can eat too much of it. So, it's better to put the lid on this and just use cheese occasionally, like in your salad as a condiment, maybe an ounce of it, not much. And this is not a food for you. You got the best kidneys on earth. You got to play to your strength and not to your weakness. Okay?
Okay.
All right, buddy.
All right,
take care. Bye now.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. This is Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD. This is Healthline Live, and we're answering your nutrition and health-related questions. Make sure that your little home arsenal is ready and that you've got what you need on hand. And also, I really think Nucleotides is really a great product to keep on hand. And, if you don't use these very often, if you're really pretty healthy, stick them in the refrigerator so you'll get the best lifespan out of them. And be ready when you do have an injury or blow or need a surgery or something. You've got Nucleotides right there. And, colostrum is kind of a great thing to have around because I've often used it when I'm getting tired, like driving late at night. You just take 2, 3, 4 of those, and suddenly you notice you're much more alert because what it does is it reduces the need for the body to produce so many white cells, and it immediately gives you a little kick in the pants with red cells, so you're feeling more alert. And in my opinion, it's going to be way healthier for you than slugging down a cup of coffee. So these are some of the things that can be really neat uses for nucleotides and colostrum. And of course, D3 is something everybody needs. And I'd say if you're over 50, it'd be a really good idea to jump on CoQ10 because it's so helpful, and it's typically taking about 4 at your main meal, so it can work its very best. Just give a buzz to our order line, 800-370-3447, 800-370-3447. Let's go right back to the phones. Let's go to John in Cleveland, Ohio. And he's got questions about dental bone augmentation. All right. Are you there, John?
Yes, I am.
And how old a man are you, and how much do you weigh?
69, 210,
Is this
210 pounds, and 6 foot tall.
So what do they want to do? They want to build up an area like...
Right. They want to build up an area that is deteriorating.
In one of the sinus areas, yeah.
Well, it's actually in a lower jaw.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that's different. Usually it occurs in the upper area, and that would be normal, and you wouldn't mean bone loss. But when they want bone augmentation in the lower jaw, now you're into what's called the alveolar bone. And that bone is very sensitive to bone loss. So if you need to build that area up, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole until you first figure out why you're losing bone. So normally you would get a roll of pH paper and check the first morning urine pH. Now, this is like a dog chasing its tail, though, because if there is remaining infection in the mouth, no matter what we do, you're not going to get that pH to the green zone. 64 to 70. Or it'll maybe come in and go out. So first, you need to be sure there's no raging infection left in the mouth, like a dead tooth or a pocket of infection from an old extraction, something like this. So we need to hunt that down and make sure we've got rid of that. Then we've got to work on getting the first morning urine pH in the screen zone. Now, if you were 5 years old, this would be usually a very easy task, John, but we're not 5, so neither you or I. So the task could be easy, could be hard. So first we get the pH paper and we find out where we are. Now, if you're already in the blue zone, you're in deep trouble. That means you're making ammonia to buffer your urine and you're really low in minerals. Then when you start with something like the coral and the vitamin D, and D3 gold, and you start maybe with half a teaspoon of coral, and every 3 days you check yourself, and if it was blue, it should drop down to the 5 or very yellow, and then it should build its way back up. And so every 3 days you check it. As long as it's going up, you don't have to increase the coral. If it doesn't want to go up, you could double the coral and see if it'll start moving. Let's say it won't. Okay, then we may have to support parathyroid and the kidney. Okay, so many times we can support the kidney with simply taking 5 DHA at your body size, like our DHA 200. And for the parathyroid, you can use the chlorella is one of the things that works well. Maybe 2 capsules just once a day with lunch. And now see, will that move the pH? Now does the pH come up? Okay, now if it comes up and stays in there, great. Let's say it comes up, but it won't stay in there, or you can't quite get it in there. Okay, there's still some bug, some infection somewhere in the body, and all this should be done before you do any kind of bone grafting, okay? Because if you try any of this, it's not going to work good, and you're not going to heal well when they do the other dental work, so it's the whole darn thing is going to be bad. So what we can do there, usually you can locate one of the dentists that has a laser, like an ND YAG laser, and they can crank up the power to maybe 3 watts or so and disinfect that whole area. And you'll be able to see the pH becomes mobile then, and it might take 1 or 2 times to do it, but let me tell you, your future is riding on this. If you don't get your bone metabolism going good, and you're 69, by the time you're 89, you won't even be able to walk, okay? So
I hear you.
It's not a pleasant prospect that's offered for us as we age. And part of it is our crummy mineral status food. Part of it is our overeating oil. And part of it is, of course, desperately needing to be able to digest our food well. That's the other thing you've got to do. You got to make sure you're on some kind of pancreatic enzymes like Quantum Digest, and that your body weight at least 2 of those at the start of a meal, the end of the meal, maybe 5 or even 6 betaine hydrochloride. And now you know you're digesting the way you did in your 20s, and if you have plaque, this will get the plaque right off the teeth. So it's your warning. And at your age, you shouldn't eat cooked food without taking digestive enzymes. If you do, you're asking for trouble. And so this little dental thing is a great adversity that you can turn to your advantage. Okay?
Thank you very much, Doctor.
You're welcome. Bye now.
To find out more about our specials or any of our other great products, call 1-800-370-3447 or visit us online at qnlabs.com. That's 1-800-370-3447 or visit qnlabs.com. Dr. Marshall's comments have not been evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Have a healthy and radiant day.
Thanks for tuning in to the Quantum Legacy series, your journey into the foundations of clean, quantum state nutrition. While these broadcasts were originally aired years ago, the principles shared still guide us at Quantum Nutrition Labs today. Please note, any offers or pricing mentioned may no longer be valid. If you enjoyed this episode, we'd be grateful if you subscribed, left a review, or shared this podcast with someone who values natural health. Your support helps us keep the legacy alive. To learn more about our current products and mission, visit qnlabs.com. Until next time, be well and stay connected to nature.